Hey, what's up, guys? Stingray coming at you again with another WTF review. Um, this is going to be Dumb and Dumberer When Harry Met Lloyd from 2003. This is the prequel film that came out. This is not the new sequel that came out 2014, which I haven't seen, but I wanted to watch this film because I hadn't really heard a whole lot about it. I assumed it was really terrible. So anyway, I finally got to check it out, and yeah, it's really, really bizarre movie that they even wanted to do this. I think that's the craziest thing about this is that, hey, let's take a movie where, it's like Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey made the original film what it is. Without them, it wouldn't have been, nearly, the great film that it is. And I really enjoy the original film. I think it still holds up really well today. This film is really, really odd. It's directed by Troy Miller. I think the Farrelly brothers are credited as writers for the characters, but yeah, this is obviously it starts off in the '80s when Harry and Lloyd first meet each other. That's the title of the film. Anyway, they're in high school, and the two guys playing Harry and Lloyd. Derek Richardson plays Harry Dunn. Eric Christian Olsen plays Lloyd Christmas. And Eric Christian Olsen, I've seen him in a lot of other types of weird comedies. He was in Not Another Teen Movie. He was in, I think, a film called Fired Up that I saw a few years ago. He's done some TV and stuff, but he doesn't look anything like Lloyd. He's got like long blonde hair and most of the stuff I've seen him in. And yeah, I mean, I think they had a really they had a really hard task, ahead of themselves because they didn't want to come off as imitating the original characters, but they've got to pay homage to the original characters as well. So they were trying to, uh, you know, be funny, obviously, and also be similar to their characters they were trying to play. I don't know, it's just a big mess. Really caught up in an odd task that is probably not even possible. But I think those two guys actually did a pretty good job. Anyway, the film is about when they met, and they have to go and they have to explain all this stuff. Like when they first meet is when Lloyd gets the chip in his tooth, and that's they run into each other, and then the chip is actually stuck in Harry's forehead. That's the running gag, of the film, and you. I guess they had to explain that. I don't know why that was even necessary, but now we know why Lloyd has a chip in his tooth. Um, but I think just the worst thing about this movie is just it's not funny. It doesn't hit. And I watched this with an open mind, and it wasn't funny to me. I appreciated what the guys were trying to do, and I actually watched some of the special features on the DVD that actually go into detail on the casting of Harry and Lloyd. And it was a pretty rigorous casting process, and I think they casted Derek Richardson early on, and then basically tested lots of other people as Lloyd, and then kept coming back to Eric Christian Olsen, and eventually chose him based upon some test footage they shot. I think like in the back lot there. um, and I really feel sorry for those guys because that was basically their start. That was their big their big role, and given this impossible task of creating this film, and of course the film bombed. Nobody really ever talked about it. I think the funniest things from the film is all the stuff that you saw in the trailer. Like the really short bus that's it's like 2 rows of seats, and that's how long the bus is. I think that's probably the funniest part of the movie, but I had remembered that from the trailer. I think it may have been on some of the posters, maybe a teaser poster or something like that. So it just really really missed in a lot of different ways. The Rachel Nichols, this is one of her, I think this actually is her first feature to ever be in. She plays Jessica, a girl that works at, or that goes to high school with them, and she's doing a paper on like uh, special people. I don't know. I guess you'd call them somewhat mentally challenged people, and so she's doing like a paper on Harry, I think it is, and Harry thinks it's a date and all, so it's lots of gags thrown in there, and I don't know, it's just ridiculous. The whole plot is there's Eugene Levy plays like this corrupt principal of the high school where they go, or where actually Harry is homeschooled and Lloyd actually goes to this school. I think I forgot to mention that, and I think his mom actually wants him to get out more, so he starts going to the school as well. Anyway, whatever. And Sherry O'Terry is like I think she's like the lunch lady or some shit, but she's fucking Eugene Levy, his character, Principal Collins, and their scenes are actually kind of funny, because I think both those people are really funny, funny people. So they make it work. I may have gotten half-hearted chuckle out of some of their scenes, but that was about as far as it goes. Luis Guzman plays Lloyd's father for some fucking reason. He's the janitor at the school, and that's Lloyd's dad. A few more, grasp at some laughs there. It just really missed the mark for me. I really, it made me sad more than anything, because I really, especially after watching the special features, I felt sorry for, the majority of the people involved in this project, because it obviously didn't do well. People generally don't like it, but it wasn't their fault. It's just, it was a bad idea from, concept on. So, yeah, so if you guys have seen it, let me know what you think. Maybe I'm just off, and maybe it's a decent movie and I'm just not getting it. But or let me know what your initial, impression was. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.